I'm here today with Laura Coates, Head of Process Automation at Siemens. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here, Greg.
So, I'd like to talk to you today about digital transformation. And, we see it happening everywhere, but is it really happening in the process industries?
Absolutely. I think over the last couple of years, we've seen digitalization and digital transformation going from being more of a buzzword to really kind of taking root in the industry. And what Siemens is doing to try to support that is we know that our customers want productivity, flexibility, and speed in their operation and process. And we're developing solutions that provide this to them with digitalization. So we've gone from very small applications where customers have wanted to harness the data that they have on site. So, for example, we've done some valve monitoring applications with DuPont to extremely large-scale greenfield new factories with some of our global partners.
So, can you talk a little bit more about Siemens' approach to digital transformation?
Well, what Siemens has been doing is really putting together a holistic offering around digitalization. So, putting together comprehensive suite of different applications, different hardware, different software, services, consulting, where we can help and support our customer base in the end-to-end digital solution, depending on what their needs are.
Okay. So, technology is what a lot of people think of first, but that's only one side of the coin. What about the cultural dimensions of digital transformation?
The cultural dimension is a pretty big and important aspect. I mean, I think we've found that in order to drive digitalization, it requires breaking down a lot of silos, both within our own Siemens organization and collaboration between different parts of the businesses, software, hardware, our consulting services, bringing those groups together to provide solutions to our customers who also need to kind of work between the OT and the IT parts of the businesses. So it's really been, I think, a learning experience from both sides of how we best work together to collaborate and drive the digital transformation. It's not a something that you can go off like historic products. You could go off, have a smart guy in a room and going into a lab and developing something. It's really something that you need to bring together different parts of the business to help to drive.
I like that you mentioned collaboration. Can you talk a little bit about Siemens' co-creation strategy?
Yeah, I mean, what we're doing with co-creation is working very closely with our customer base and with our solution partners and providers and with our distributors to make sure that we're developing products and transformations that best suit the needs of the customers. You can't do it alone. You need to make sure that we get the feedback and we get an open kind of loop communication. So we're really doing a lot more with agile development and developing in sprints to make sure that every part of the development process meets the needs of the end customers. And that, I mean, for example, just a very simple one, we developed an application and we were working with our partners on how they were going to use this. And instead of we had put in the name of the product and the name of what they were using in the field. And our developers thought, hey, this is how people want to see it. Well, it turns out that in the use cases that they were driving, it actually wasn't relevant what the name of the product was. What was most relevant was a special coding that, as a non-user of that application, you would never know. But when we worked in co-creation, in a collaborative development effort, it became clear. So little things like that make products and offerings much more usable and are part of the benefit of co-creation.
Great example. I've been speaking with Laura Coates of Siemens. Thank you very much, Laura.
Thank you.